Hello, it's Kadesha. I'm back with another video. Not my previous video, but I think the previous video before that one, I talked about financial literacy and how we have to set our next generation up for success. However, you can't set them up with success if they're not willing to work. So, of course, I have a story because I was talking to someone and they were telling me about their financial struggles and how they feel like they're trying to get ahead, but things just keep making them, kind of go steps backwards. And they were talking about, well, I really don't want to work. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So we have to make it make sense because, as the good book says, if we don't work, we don't eat. So I know there's a season in our lives, and of course, when you get older, people oftentimes look to retire. However, in the industry that I am in, retiring is most of the time if you don't have a hobby or don't have like friends that you stay connected with. Retiring is not a good thing because oftentimes that leads to a sedentary life, which then leads to early yes. So we have to be willing to, of course, work in order to set ourselves up for financial success. But if you don't want to work, then you can't expect to get ahead unless you're wanting to do something that is illegal, which still requires work. So I really didn't understand what that person was talking about when they were saying like, well, no, I'm not going to say I didn't understand, because I do understand, because sometimes I'm like, well, Lord, I don't feel like going to work. So I do get that. However, I do understand that unless I want to not be able to have anything as far as like food and totally dependent upon someone else, as like being homeless or something like that, then I have to work. So I remember, and I'm not trying to bring up any trauma that came along with the year 2020, because we know a lot of people passed away in that year. But I can remember individuals, and for the field that I work in, we did not get laid off. We worked. But a lot of people were, I don't know if to say furloughed or laid off, and they were getting unemployment. And so many people were saying how they made more with unemployment than they did working. And so I don't know if that was something that brought about this transition of thinking like, I don't have to work or I don't need to work, but I want to get paid. Because I'm just like, that does not make sense at all to think that you're going to be able to survive in this world and you don't work. Like, you don't work, because the thing is, you have to work either way it goes. So if you're not working for money, like, okay, if I decide I'm not going to work, how am I going to get food? I'm going to have to go fishing. I'm going to have to go hunt. So it's like, essentially, I have to work. I cannot just sit down and not do anything. And so I don't really think that was the person's mindset. They were just thinking, I think it was more so like, I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And that is what has gotten us in this position that we're in now. It's like, you can't do whatever you want to do and expect to get results that when someone else does something totally opposite of what you do and they're getting the results you want their results, but you don't want to do their work. And I also have a video about that. Is like, people want the big bucks, but nobody wants to work. And I'm just like, what's up with this? Come on, y'all. Come on. You all have a purpose. And I say you all, I'm going to put myself in there because I'm not exempt. We all have a purpose. We all have a reason as to why we're here. And when we work out that purpose, it's not like you're working, but money comes with it. It's going to come with it. When you begin to do what God has called you to do, money flows right behind it. So I know Most of us don't want to go into somewhere where somebody is telling you what to do, telling you when to work, telling you when to clock out, telling you when to take a break. Like, yeah, that's annoying. But look at the bigger picture. The Lord says to work unto, do our work as if we're doing it unto the Lord. And when we do that, we realize, like, this person is not my master. I am working unto the Lord. And when I do that, I'm walking in purpose, and it's not going to feel like I'm actually working, even though I am working. And so, y'all know me and my stories, because I'm like, Lord, I know you have called me to this place, but people are getting on my nerve, okay? People are getting on my nerve. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe different story. Sorry for a different day. But thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, sa cambio que quieres ver en otros, bo me laga na cominda. Until next time, bye.